Well, folks, hello. Last time out, we moved a house. Yeah, this time we're moving a articulated trailer with a load of moving containers on. So potentially going to the house we've just moved. We're going to be going from Waterloo in northern Iowa to Burlington in southern Iowa. This is one of the cities that we have yet to pick up in the Cruising Iowa event. So that should be good. And that will leave us with just 3 more cities to pick up. That is not 3, is it? That is 5. Why is my finger... Yeah, anyway. Seems to be shadows on the outside of my finger, which is slightly worrying. Anyway, we have... let's have a look at the journey that we've got. We're not going to go on the journey that they want us to go on necessarily. We are coming down here down the 63. Reason being, there is a something to pick up here, a scenic viewpoint there, and we'll then come past Ottumwa, the impossible to find city in the game. Still yet to see a job going there. I think there was someone in the comments who said they had actually found somewhere to Ottumwa, so that's all good. So it's going to take us 4 hours 43. It's just 4 hours 43 minutes, and then we'll come across here into Burlington, hopefully picking up this question mark. And in Burlington, when we leave from there, we'll look to pick up the scenic viewpoint, which sits there as well, on the way for the next episode, where we'll be going to Ottumwa to start our journey and hopefully go to 2 of the last ones, which are either Council Bluffs or Dubuque. Hopefully I got the pronunciation there. Thank you very much for those who have been correcting my pronunciations. I think I'm doing all right. So let's dive into the cab and let's do some driving, folks. Well, here we are. And it is another stunning day. It's just past noon on Saturday. And we're coming out of this place, which is... I don't know, it looks kind of like a... Yeah, I don't know what this is exactly. A place where they're sort of selling tractors and whatnot. Now, one thing that you might note is that the quality of image is not quite as good. I've had a little bit of an issue with the... HDMI cable that I was using, which was a really good HDMI cable. It's just stopped working. It's like 2 weeks I've had it and it's just stopped working, so I've had to go back to a sort of bog standard HDMI cable, and I don't think it's kind of quite dealing with the level of information, so I'll probably have to go back and get a good one. But there we go. Yeah, it does look, the doesn't seem like it's struggling a little bit with the distance, things going on in the distance. Sort of, it's hard. It doesn't seem to be having that crisp image. So we'll come out of here. I might just actually have just one little play with something just to see whether I can crispen up this image a little bit. No, unfortunately, that's not the case. So I will try and pick up a better HDMI cable, which hopefully will not break after just 2 weeks. Bit annoying, that. Right, folks, doesn't look like there's anything coming. We'll get on the way, and it is a glorious day. Although is that some clouds in the distance? I don't know whether there's maybe a storm just brewing over there. It's hard to tell. So I think what I'll do. Remember, I am on holiday at the minute, so I'm recording this way ahead of time. I'm doing this about 2 weeks ahead of time. So hopefully, So hopefully I'll have the opportunity to at least reply to comments. But I'm never the fastest at doing that. In all honesty, nothing coming. We can go now. Well, folks, I've got to say, really been enjoying this drive so far. Completely forgot I had any sort of tandem trailer on the back. I think these ones, when they're short like this, they just kind of follow each other, and it almost doesn't matter unless you're trying to reverse it, and then you've got no hope. So I probably am not going to do the reverse park today. In fact, I know I'm not going to do that because it's just impossible to do. And you often don't get the opportunity anyway. So we'll probably just do the forward park for this. Which will be alright. It looks like the scenic viewpoint's on the left side. It shouldn't stop us being able to get to it, but I just love what we've got going on around us. Again, very Iowa, sort of this part of America. It just looks right, doesn't it? Really, really pretty when you look around this. Just gorgeous. We'll take a little picture. Wow! Didn't see that there. Yeah, just took a picture there, maybe for the thumbnail. Not entirely sure what we're doing. Ooh. There's some sort of like alternate signalling in this town, which appears to have like a flashing light. I don't know if it's here or not, but we had one previously. You might have seen it. It was flashing red towards us, and I don't know whether that means it's kind of give way to the other cars. You do not have priority. But I wasn't really sure about that. In fact, no one seems to have that. Well, I don't know why we wouldn't have priority there. Right. So they're all turning left, I think, which we don't want to do, and we just want to go on the left side of the road, which is just over there, and just pick up that thing. And this will be for whatever this location is. I presume. Perhaps somewhere. Ooh, is that something we can go down? Maybe. Let me know if there's any hidden roads in this area. Okay, we've got a park going on there. That looks pretty nice. So we're just going to do this. No one will notice us, and we'll have a look. So, Golden Acre Explorer, 5 out of a OSKALOOSA. Ooh, very nice. Is that a governor's house? Oh, look at that. It occurred to me actually that after I said that about the image not being great, it's only going to be not great for me because it's not. I'm not taking the image from this screen. I'm taking it from the from how it's running. So it shouldn't. I don't think it should affect the quality of your image. I think it's not going to come, but yeah. So that was interesting. What a burger. I think I was thinking about this the other day. You often see stuff about American food and stuff like that, and you know how the Brits get laughed at for their food, and Americans aren't necessarily that far behind in terms of the culinary cuisine. But the one thing that folks do so well in the US are burgers. Canada as well. The burgers, they are so good. We just don't do them well over here. I don't know why we're so bad at them, but it's chalk and cheese, folks. Absolute chalk and cheese. Right, well, we've caused chaos. I didn't really talk much about what was going on there, but we'll come here. And yeah, hopefully things will just happen now, and we'll be able to move. Yeah, I see a problem here. Right, he's turning. This would be so annoying. I'd be so annoyed if someone was doing this, but you know what? It's fine. It was a life and death situation. That's what I'm telling everyone. Yeah, no, that's not it. These are interesting street lights. I don't know if you caught that just above us. Kind of just hanging over. That is not a US street light. So we're heading to Burlington, which I did have a look up because I know nothing about most of these towns, but there's some interesting stuff going on in Burlington. But the thing that comes up first when you type in Burlington is something called Snake Alley. It's a mad road. It's this tiny little residential road, which is just a series of snakes, like really tight ones. And there's a bunch of houses all the way down this. It's really short, but it's described as the most crooked road in the world. Now, I don't necessarily agree that it is the most crooked road in the world. I think there's definitely more crooked roads than that. But in the land where everything is kind of dead straight, it is a really interesting fact that they put that in there. Yeah, I was surprised. So have a look on Google Maps at Snake Alley. I'll put an image up as well, just so you can see it. It looks like someone's having a bit of fun, and well, let's do this. It's actually it looks like it's not just like a path. It's a road to drive on. It looks like. Not 100% sure. If you know anything about that, let me know. That comes up if you're looking at like the top 20 things to do in Burlington. Snake Alley comes up as the top one, and I guess that's what it's most famous for. I don't know, but there are a number of houses. I think there's a famous house on Snake Alley as well, which has got historical significance. Some historical figure lived there who I wasn't sure who he was. I feel like all Americans would say, oh, how do you not know this person? But I'm not going to say who it is, because one, I can't remember, I've forgotten immediately, but two, it's probably going to be quite embarrassing if I don't know. But there we go. The other thing I noticed when I was looking at that list is one of the other things to look at is a place called Crapo Park, which sounds a fun place to live. It very specifically says it's pronounced Crapo, though, after some bloke called Mr. Crapo or Mr. Crapo. It was Thomas Crapper invented the toilet, although that's not real. As far as I understand, it's a bit of a myth. But yeah, that's where the phrase comes from. Anyway, we are just 44 miles away, 56 minutes away from our delivery point, and I've enjoyed this drive. What you saw, I think, when we were coming down through the country is just nice wide open fields and stuff, which is rather cool. No hidden roads, didn't see anything there, but as always, let me know if I have missed one, if you saw one. Often I drive past them. I am on the look out for them, but some of them are really hard to spot. So it's getting a bit late. I mean, it's only 5 p.m. It looks like it's going a bit dark. Need to get in. I need to get myself I think what was it? Is it a Whataburger? It must be a Whataburger joint in Burlington as well. Oh, yes. I guess, yeah, whilst we're nattering and stuff, I was sort of thinking while we're looking at the really narrow, not the really narrow roads, the really like windy road. One of the other things that we have a lot of in the UK, which freaks out folks when they come over here, is our very narrow country lanes, and actually a lot of driving in the towns as well, where there's cars parked either side, and the people are driving with very, very little space between them. That's kind of something that happens, I think, a lot in Europe, not at all in the US. People in Europe really know the width of their cars, because otherwise people get angry behind them if they're just not going. So yeah, we're all very acutely aware of how wide our cars are and whether we can get through a gap or not. I think some of the other countries, like the Italians, are even more acutely aware. They get through gaps that no sane person should get through. Right, looks like... Oh no, we're not going to go through there. So it looks like we have... Did I miss the turn-off? I think I was supposed to take that turn off there, and I missed it. Oh well, we'll take this one here instead, because we were supposed to get that question mark, weren't we? But we're not far away here at all, and it's been a nice little drive. It looks like we might have a little storm coming through. Anyway, I'll finish that thought. If anyone has driven in the UK or in Europe, and from the States, how did you find that experience? The narrow roads, did that really freak you out, or was it something that was just kind of like a rite of passage, something you've got to do, and actually it wasn't difficult? Let me know, because I just thought, I find one of the issues in driving somewhere where, actually, if you're in the UK, it might be a bit different because you're on the wrong side of the road. That's what I always find most difficult, because I know the width of my car, but then if I'm in a different car and I'm driving on the wrong side of the road for me, then that becomes more complex. Right, we can go right on red here. I didn't look for a sign saying we couldn't do that, so I'm just going to assume we can. But yeah, these things on the back, they're not tough to drive with. You feel they should be, but they're just not. So we'll come in here. Got a little drive down here. I presume that's the state flag under the US flag there. There's a lot which looks really similar, but with some weird emblem on it or something. Where are we going? We're going round the corner. Okay, there we go. What are they going to expect us to do? They're never going to give us like a proper parking job here, are they? It's just going to be like park on the left there and be done with it. Where should I? Yeah, we will do this one. This isn't too tough. But yeah, any sort of reverse parking job like that, I don't even know if it's. I'm sure some people can do it. Let me know. But it just seems like unbelievably tough. Right, we put the anchors on there, and we'll undo that, and that's a nice little drive there. Just under 30 minutes in terms of full recording time. Got a nice little bit of money there, £635. We'll add that to our bank account. Still feels a little bit shy. As soon as we're done with this, we are going on some long drives so we can really start ramping up the cash, because I feel we need to. Okay. 9 out of 12. Yes, we've done that. Are we going to be able to get... Can we actually see the jobs from Ottumwa? Let's have a look. No, we can't see the jobs from Ottumwa. We can't even see a job to Ottumwa from Davenport or Burlington. So we'll leave that for another day to worry about. Anyway, folks, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you're getting on with this. I think most people have finished up by now. I've still got until the 14th of September to complete it. So I'm not too worried about that. But enjoy your trucking, folks. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.